Hey there YouTube, Air of Carthage back. Already, I wanted to make you some video concerning the multiplayer since I just did the campaign. There's two kinds of multiplayer you can do. You can see here you have Avatar Conquest and Multiplayer Campaign. Some of you seem to think that the Avatar thing I was showing was a multiplayer campaign. This is the multiplayer campaign. It's where you can host one and people can join. You know, that's basically the multiplayer campaign, kind of like it was on Napoleon Total War. Avatar Conquest is where you play battles similar to the other Total War games that you're used to. It's done slightly different. As you'll see, my character, Samurai Barca, he has been upgraded some since you last saw him. There's like a good shot of the mon that I'm using. I'm using these retainers, which give me better light cavalry and bowmen. I've actually only lost one battle online. I think I've fought, I don't know, six or seven battles, and I've won all but one. So I'm doing pretty well. Here's my avatar for some of you want to see him up close. There's his outfit. Pretty cool. He's got the little wings and the crazy helmet. I'm enjoying it. Anyway, that's your avatar. And then when you want to play a battle, rather than just going to a battle list like you do on other Total War games, you click right here, and it brings up the Avatar Conquest map. Now the point of this is for the progression of your avatar. You level up and he can gain different traits, and by conquering these provinces, you can see the provinces that are colored are ones that I've conquered, and how you conquer a province is you move your avatar army there, or your avatar navy, which is right here, and then you would start a battle, much like I did on the first Shogun video I put up. When you win that battle, you gain the bonus that comes from this province. Like if I were to conquer this province, I would get a surgeon, and it says a proportion of your of each unit's casualties will be healed after the battles. So that helps you with veteran units and whatnot. So in any case, that shows you how the Avatar Conquest works. So it's all about leveling up your avatar. By winning battles, you gain skill points and customization points, stuff like that. Now some of you think that, oh, well, this makes things not fair when you play. I promise you every battle I've played so far has been fair for a number of reasons. If you go to a match-made battle, first of all, it looks for someone about your same level of skill, and then also when you go into a match-made battle, just because someone has a different type of unit unlocked, the unit cost is still, you know, the same across the board. So Katana Samurai cost a lot. If you go to a match-made battle, I think it only gives you like 5,000 koku. So you can't buy just a whole bunch of expensive units, so the number of units you'd bring to the battlefield would be very limited. So you're still balanced in some ways against a character who might be bringing more cheaper units. Your general's abilities and everything also tend to balance out. I haven't played any battles yet that I thought were particularly lopsided. Not caused by bonuses or anything, at least. Now you can still play battles like you're traditionally used to on Total War. Now the only thing is I haven't seen many people hosting. Like right now there's only one battle being hosted. But these are the type of battles where you can play like classic battles, is what it's called. And you can also play battles where your avatar skills come into play. Classic battles are where there are no avatar skills. It's classic, just like the other Total War games. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more insight into the multiplayer on Shogun Total War. Now that I've explained that, let me show you a couple of battle replays that I had today. So let's go into single player or battle replays, and we're going to go to my 5th and 6th battles, which were wins here, and we're going to push watch replay. This is a cool map, I thought. Very, very hilly, and so there is the possibility of camping. You can see my opponent's name there. It's got his name on the enemy alliance side, and you can see my name. For all of you who are always asking my Steam name, it's that name that you see there, the Wizard of Kane. Yeah, and then there's more information about it in my profile if you want to go look there, because a lot of you are always asking. And I'll accept any friend invites that I get on Steam. Alright, so let me have you take a look at my army. It's similar to it is the other day. Now, all I've played so far is match-made battles. I haven't played one of the ones that gets hosted. So pretty much I'm using, I think it's 5,000 koku armies or something like that. Koku is the money, 5,000 cash, whatever you want to call it, which is medium funds in the matchmaking. Let me show you what I got. I have 2 Bo Ashigaru, 2 Yari Cav. Now I actually have some veteran units. They weren't in this battle though, because they got a little bit beat up. I have to let them regain their numbers. Veteran units are cool. You get to name them. Like I have a couple of veteran units. One of my veteran cavalry units is called the Sacred Band of Bel. I thought that would be fun in memory of Carthage. And then one of my veteran Yari Ashigaru units. I was trying to think of a funny name, so I named it Satan's Spears. So yeah, you can name the units whenever they become veterans. I think it's extremely fun. Oh, here, yeah, I forgot Satan's Spears are in the battle, so then check them out. Pretty cool. And what's fun is when you mouse over it, it shows the name. So I think that's cool. And then, of course, here's Samurai Barca in all his glory. Where is he at? I think he wears his costume out here and everything. We'll look for the guy with the giant wings. Or maybe he doesn't wear the wings. Or maybe I hadn't changed his outfit yet. Yeah, I don't think I'd changed his outfit yet. I think that's him right there. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm not seeing the dude with the wings, which is my character. Yeah, in any case, I'm pretty sure that I hadn't changed his outfit yet. Let's go take a look at my opponent's army. I moved up and took this hillside right here on the other side of the river crossing. That way I could give my archers cover. And basically I ran down and took that for a couple of reasons. One, my opponent has extremely superior skirmishing units. He has 3 units, or actually I think it's 3 units of bow samurai and 1 unit of bow ashigaru. He's got a ton of archers. So this guy is totally decked out for an archer fight. Now what I'm doing to disorganize his troops is having him run up the hill at me. And this is going to basically give his troops a huge melee disadvantage. And I think he thought that because he had a bunch, some better units than me, that he could pretty much just take me out. But he forgot how important positioning is on a Total War game. And since I moved up here, he has to, he kind of has to attack me. I'm not going to move out of this position, and I certainly wouldn't march up and attack him up here. So it was my initiative to move down here and take this good position near the river that kind of forced my opponent to action. So here's some Yari Ashigaru, Katana Samurai, Katana Samurai, Katana Samurai, and another Yari Ashigaru. So he has 5 infantry units to my 3. So here comes charging down the hill first, my Satan's Spears. These guys are either going to win the battle or go visit their good old pal, Lucifer. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know where I came up with that name. I just thought it was kind of funny. Here's my Katana Samurai engaging his. Mine have an extreme hill advantage, so you can see that that's playing out quite well. And now I'm going to also activate my Yari Cavalry. I hit his Yari Ashigaru right here while they were out of formation, and they're wavering, and then they break. So Yari Ashigaru are good against cavalry, but if you catch the Yari out of formation, basically not ready to receive a charge, your Yari Cavalry can deal them a death-dealing charge, just like it might be a Katana unit. So if you're going to use Yari Ashigaru, you have to make sure to get the attack order clicked, or better yet, have them in the spear wall formation. So you can see my cavalry is now just going to run amok. So my opponent really had better units than me here. So some of you who are saying, oh, it's not going to be balanced, you saw what my opponent had. He had 3 Katana Samurai to my 2, and he had 2 Yari Ashigaru to my 1. He had, I think it was 2 or 3 bow samurai to my 2 bow ashigaru. So he had better units than me, but it's just that he opted. Now remember, I said there was the money, and that really kind of helps balance it out. My opponent opted to bring nothing but infantry, and expensive infantry, and he didn't bring any cavalry. And that cost him. It cost him big time, because you saw what my cavalry did. It completely disrupted his flanking attempt, and there he went ahead and opted to quit the game. I forgot to record the results screens. I'm going to have to start taking screenshots of my results screens so that I can show you all the battle results, because this game works a little bit different. It doesn't show the results when you're done with the replay, so sorry I can't show you that. I'll make sure to take care of it in the future. Let's look at the other replay I had for you, which is battle number 6. So, alright, let's watch this replay. So there's my opponent's name, is ETWUS, the Medieval Man. So maybe he's a Medieval 2 player, I don't know. And the map is the Shinano River. So we'll see. I really liked this map as well. I like all the maps I've played on here so far. Of course, I love terrain maps, and I haven't seen any grassy flatlands, so I'm loving it. There may be a grassy map, though. I'm not familiar with it. Another cool thing that Shogun has online is Leaderboards. Of course, I won't be anywhere on it. The only way you can be on it right now is if you haven't lost a battle, and like I said, I did lose one. I think I've won 6 and lost 1. so I'm not on it, of course, and it has like the top 100 players. And then also you have leaderboards for 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, and then there's also clan leaderboards, so it's kind of cool. I wish I had the time to kind of run a group to play, but I don't, so I'll never get a chance to do the clan thing, even though I have like a group set up on Steam where I could do it. Some of you may have seen that group of mine on Steam, Council of Carthage. Alright, I'm using the exact same army that I used in the last one. At least I'm pretty sure of it. No. I brought one unit of Lone Sword Ashigaru instead of Yari Ashigaru. My Satan Spears, they're recovering from that last battle as they got a little bit torn up, charging downhill into Katana Samurai. But don't worry, you know, they'll recover. So at first my idea was to take up a skirmishing position using this rock, and hopefully my opponent would split up his forces and try and charge my position. I noticed though that my opponent had pulled up and he was in a defensive posture and he was not going to move, which is kind of frustrating because my opponent has 4 units of Bow Ashigaru, which completely completely outpowers my 2 units of Bow Ashigaru, but he insisted on being defensive. But that's okay. When players insist on being defensive against me, it's only a matter of time before I think up a strategy and I'm going to act on them, and if they're lucky, it won't work, but if they're unlucky, they lose the battle. So that's kind of my theory on that. So my opponent has 2 Katana Samurai, 2 Yari Ashigaru, 4 Bow Ashigaru, and his avatar. So there is his avatar. Let's see. Hey, his guy's got the outfit on. I thought that was the outfit I had on my dude. Maybe he's just got the same one as me. Let's go check out Samurai Barca and see if he's got his outfit on this one. Now that's weird. I wonder how come my general's not showing up in the armor that I dress him in. Huh. I'm gonna have to try and figure that out. Kinda strange. Oh well. Not the biggest deal. In fact, I mean, maybe it's just like a glitch, because I pretty much swear that's the way I had my guy dressed right there that I showed you. It's just different colors. Oh well, if someone knows the answer to that, let me know. If not, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward for a minute because, like I said, my opponent's not moving, so let me explain my strategy. I'm going to mass my infantry right here on my left flank. I'm taking some cavalry, 1 unit of Yari Cav far out to my right flank, and I'm going to get it behind my opponent's line. All my opponents have been opting to not bring Cav. I don't know why they think that's a good idea, but they seem to think so. So he's got a unit of Yari Ashigaru going to keep an eye on my cavalry. You can see I now have all my sword infantry lined up here, so I have 3 units of them. And I have an advantage in sword infantry because my opponent only has 2 and I have 3. Now granted, one of mine is an Ashigaru sword unit, but even an Ashigaru sword unit would tear up these Ashigaru spear units because sword beats spear in that type of fight. My opponent does move up his archers a little bit, but don't get too excited. He's not taking action quite yet. And if you remember in that last battle, I told you that if you catch Yari Ashigaru out of formation, that you can rout them with a cavalry charge. Keep that in mind. It's an extremely good strategy, and if you're good at managing your troops, you can pull it off. So I'm taking my other unit of Yari Cav out to my left flank, far left flank, and I'm going to cross the river, so that I'll have both of my Cav in place across the river. If my opponent moves too many units to try and chase down my Cav, I will simply charge him from the front with my infantry and destroy him. And if he does not go after my Cav, then I'm going to charge him from the front with my infantry, using my archers as cover, and then I'm going to slam him in the rear with my Yari Cav. So my opponent's pretty much screwed because he took up this defensive position. Now look here, this is exactly what I was talking about. My opponent has his Yari Ashigaru moving to a new position, and he did not click an attack order. So we're going to do a nice little slow motion charge of my Yari Cav into his Yari Ashigaru, who are totally unprepared to receive this charge. And they are just basically conscript units, and so getting hit with a Cav charge is not going to be good for their already poor morale. So here comes full speed, and I slam into the back of these Yari Ashigaru, and then check it out, I'm tossing them there. And so they turn around, or at least some of them try to turn around, but look at the losses they take, from 150 all the way down to below 110, and I lost not one cavalryman. So if you can catch these dudes out of formation, you can absolutely break them in one charge, which is exactly what I did there. So check it out. His 4 archers would have torn up my infantry, but I moved up my 2 bowmen to absorb their fire. And so now my opponent has committed to shooting at my bowmen, and my infantry are going to move up unscathed. I think one of them took some losses as they moved through my archers. They're being fired upon by a couple of his units. Now he's firing at them with all his bow units. I think he'd realized the error of his ways, firing at my bow units, but it's too late. My men are too close to his. He doesn't have them on skirmish. He can't defend against my cavalry. By the way, I just killed the enemy general. Sorry you had to miss that, but there's a lot going on. So check it out. Here's my my sword infantry is just going to absolutely thrash these archers, and then I also get into hammer and anvil with my Yari Cav, and so those archers immediately break, and then I'm just going to keep my Yari Cav moving on into his other archers. My opponent has no answer to this because his Yari Ashigaru cannot keep up with my cavalry. So I thought these two battles pretty well kind of explained some of the balancing issues you all were worried about. Now remember, again, both of these battles are match-made battles, so it's pitting me against someone of similar skill and level. Similar, it doesn't always necessarily mean the same, but even if it pitted me against someone of a lot higher skill, the only thing that would truly be better is their general, and yes, they can bring better units, like I said, but again, there's only so much money. So if you bring a unit that costs 1,000 koku, you know, and all of them cost that much, then you can only bring 5 units. And so, you know, you'd be limited to those 5 units. So I still think that it balances out well. We'll see as time goes on. Obviously, I can't make the final judgment call until I get into higher levels. But I hope you enjoyed that quick look into some more Shogun 2 multiplayer. I'm having a great time on Shogun 2 multiplayer, and I hope that answers some of your questions. If you do have questions, leave them in the comments. I'll see if I can answer it, and we'll continue to learn about this together. Hope you enjoyed the video.